So, before I start playing the song, I didn't write it that long ago. In fact, I didn't really think I was going to be able to do it in the first place, but I needed some inspiration. So I really thought back and looked at the journal that I took during Tent City, and I had to remember that 2 years ago, I was a bystander, and my strap just broke, but I was a bystander, and I was literally taken in by society's pressures and everything that they told me, and I wouldn't believe anything else. Until 1.5 years ago, I started taking class with this man over here. And that changed my life forever. Because I don't know if any other students here have taken a class with him, but seriously, if you haven't, just do it. And from that point on, I joined the Social Justice League, and my life completely took a 180 turn. Instead of being a bystander and looking at homeless people and everything else in the world, all of these injustices, instead of looking at them and saying, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm just going to walk on by and pretend that it's not there. Instead of doing that, I look at these things and I say, I can do something. And with these people that are sitting here, I have done something. And I believe that in the future, we can do a whole lot more. So, this is a song that goes up to my 3 friends here. And it's a song about a promise that we've made. A promise that we've made to everybody who feels like they're broken and feels like there's no hope. And it's a song called The Promise. I pass a man in the street, feeling broken and weak. I have nothing to say to him, but he cries out to me. He says, boy, can you help me? I've got nowhere to go. Can't afford a doctor, but I just want to go home. Even though I heard his cries, I couldn't seem to recognize everything he said was just another step to compromise. Passion for reality always takes a hold on me and never lets go. What if it were me, starving in the streets, wondering what God had in store for me, begging for release, fighting off disease. I don't want to think what that would do to me, and I don't want to walk on by, but compassion is in the backside of my mind. Someday I'll find it, a promise on my life. In need, but every heart is full of greed. No one ever pays attention to so many mouths to feed. Every time I turn around I see a world that's broken down, still looking for innocence but only finding ignorance. We all want to fight the war but don't know what we're fighting for. Is this our purpose? What if it were me, starving in the streets, wondering what God had in store for me, begging for release, fighting off disease. I don't want to think what that would do to me, and I don't want to walk on by, but compassion is in the backside of my mind. Someday I'll find it, a promise on my life. Never thought there was so much trouble outside my white middle class bubble. Everyone told me to be proud of what I got, because so many other people never had a lot. But I will never know the pain of every day, living all alone. I never thought I'd say I'm sorry for our greed. We've done so much to you. Is there anything we can do? What if it were me? Would that be all I'd be? Would poverty be my identity? Would I survive if I were only half in society? What if it were me, starving had in store for me. Begging for release, fighting off disease. I don't want to think what that would do to me. And I don't want to walk on by, but compassion is in the backside of my mind. Someday I'll find it, a promise on my life. A promise on my life. This is a promise on my life.